Good morning and welcome to the Come Off Conqueror show. I'm your host, Bonnie, and today we're here back in my car because I am waiting for my kids to pick them up from swimming lessons. And why am I not by the pool watching them, you might ask? Because it is raining cats and dogs outside. It's actually not too bad, but the kids are in a heated pool having a blast. And I really don't want to sit out there cold. So I'm joining you from my nice warm car. Maybe you can hear the fan, so I'll turn that down a little bit. But today is our bonus edition of the Self-Love Challenge, because I didn't get to really wrap up the challenge the way I wanted to and really go through some of the takeaways from this challenge for me personally and for some of you who did the challenge. So let's jump into our wrap up. All right, our wrap up. We did 5 days. Well, for some of you, it was a little bit longer. And you spread this out over a little bit longer over time. And I'd love to hear how it went for you. I'd love to hear what your takeaways were and what you got out of it. I know that several people who did this messaged me privately, and I got a lot more private messages and text messages than I did actual comments or anything on the page, which is totally fine. I understand that sometimes these topics can be really personal, and not wanting to share publicly how you're feeling and how you're doing is totally natural and totally normal. So I don't expect that or anything. It is, but I will say that it does help other people not feel alone when you do talk about things so publicly. It helps people feel like they're not the only ones who are feeling this way. So for me, this challenge was liberating because I am a total perfectionist, and it's really hard for me to produce these videos without looking at all the flaws. Like just now, trying to get the camera to sit up so I can actually talk to you, but not have my shoulder be bugging me, because just holding it like this was really irritating it. And, you know, not wearing makeup and just coming as I am, and not being able to post as like on time, and just different things that, and all week nothing went right. It was so frustrating. Nothing was going right. And I hurt my shoulder. Jake stepped on a nail while we were at our out of town. Just so many different things that happened this week that I can't blame it on the challenge by any means. I'm not going to necessarily even blame it on the adversary, although I do think he played a part in some of these challenges. It just is life, right? Like, life happens. It throws us curveballs. And the real challenge is not letting those curveballs derail us and not letting them destroy the progress that we've made. And get us down. And that's hard. That can be really hard. It can be really, especially depending on the curveball, you know? And I think for me personally, doing this challenge kept things in perspective for me. You know, practice what you preach. And we talked about, you know, day one was, I had all my notes in front of me, so I'm trying to remember everything. But day one, I know we talked about with the sister missionaries, and they talked about different ways to build self-love. And it was the 4 different challenges for self-care. Okay, self-care. I'm tired. We got home really late last night, and it's really early in the morning right now. So sorry. My brain's not totally functioning. But we talked about self-care, and doing self-care this week looked different than it normally does. For me, self-care this week was physical therapy, taking care of my arm, not trying to overdo it. But I was also running a summer camp, and so it was insane. And taking some time to do that was essential to not breaking down and not having a total meltdown by the end of the week, because it was a stressful week. Day 2 was positive affirmations, I believe, and for me that really helped. I had it on my phone, I had it in a few different places, and reminding myself that when things got stressful, just repeating my mantra, I'm not perfect and it's okay. I know that's a weird mantra and a weird affirmation, but it really did help me stay focused on what was really important and not worry about being totally perfect. And so, I don't know. I'm curious to see what happened for you and how it went. I know that several people messaged me and said that they were really grateful for these videos, that they helped them remember what was important and what mattered most. A few other people talked about how they felt the Savior's love, and they felt His Spirit confirming to them who they were and what their purpose was on earth. They didn't necessarily get any, one person got a pretty strong revelation about what she needs to do next, which is really cool. Another person said that she just could feel love, and she just could feel that she was meant to be here. And another person talked about how her goals and her plans for her life are a big part of what keeps her here. She suffers from suicide ideation and really struggles with that. And she made this really cool spreadsheet that shows in an emergency who her people are, who her contacts are, who loves her, who cares about her, what her goals are, what her reason is for being here. And she says those things really keep her grounded when she's in a bad spot. And that's beautiful. That's what self-love is all about, is recognizing that we can be down and depressed and have serious clinical problems and give ourselves grace, not beat ourselves up for having those moments. And I'm so proud of her for coming to that realization. Just like me coming to that realization, I don't have to be perfect to be enough. And that's the message of today's video, and the message of the challenge as a whole, is we are loved by God, and we are worthy of His love, and we are worthy of other people's love, just because we're here, not for any other reason. We can't buy His grace. We can't really earn His grace. It was given to us freely. And that is beautiful. I pray that you will feel His love today and throughout the next coming weeks, and that you will continue to follow these practices that were given to us in this challenge, that you'll continue to exercise and use these tools to help you all on your journey. I'm here for you if you need a friend. I love you. God bless.